When soil stops supporting healthy growth, when it feels dry, compacted, lifeless, or unproductive, it's often labeled as dead soil. But the good news is, dead soil doesn't mean it's beyond hope. In fact, nature already has the perfect solution, and it comes in the form of one of the most efficient, self-sustaining workers in your garden, the earthworm. Earthworms aren't just signs of healthy soil, they actively build it. If your raised beds or garden soil feel barren or unproductive, introducing the right conditions for earthworms to thrive can completely transform it from the ground up. Earthworms are known as ecosystem engineers for a reason. They improve soil structure by burrowing through compacted layers, creating channels that allow air and water to reach plant roots more efficiently. Their castings, rich in nutrients, act as a natural fertilizer that boosts microbial activity and plant growth. Most importantly, their presence signals that your soil has enough organic matter and life to support a healthy underground ecosystem. Reviving dead soil with earthworms isn't about throwing worms into a problem and hoping for the best. It's about creating the right habitat that attracts and sustains them long-term. The first step to attracting earthworms is feeding the soil, not just the plants. Earthworms need consistent sources of organic matter to survive. In dead or depleted soil, the microbial life that normally breaks down organic materials has often been wiped out. That means nothing is left for worms to feed on. The solution begins with layering organic inputs on top of the soil to restart decomposition. A mix of aged compost, broken down leaves, shredded cardboard, and even lightly decomposed kitchen scraps can form the base of a soil revival strategy. These layers slowly release nutrients, support fungi and microbes, and start attracting earthworms looking for moisture and food. Moisture plays an essential role in this process. You see, earthworms breathe through their skin, and dry conditions force them deeper underground or out of the area entirely. Dead soil is often hydrophobic, repelling water instead of absorbing it. Correcting this starts with deep, slow watering and covering the soil with mulch. Organic mulches like straw-dried leaves or untreated wood chips help regulate temperature, reduce evaporation, and create a stable environment where worms can move and feed safely. Underneath this protective layer, the soil begins to soften and retain moisture again, creating exactly the kind of habitat earthworms prefer. If your soil is severely compacted, worms may not be able to penetrate it at first. In this case, lightly forking or loosening the top few inches of soil while incorporating organic matter can help. The goal isn't to till or disturb the soil deeply, but to give worms a starting path so they can begin their own work. As worms move through the layers, they mix and loosen the soil naturally, improving drainage and aeration without disrupting fungal networks and microbial colonies. To accelerate the process, some gardeners choose to use targeted worm baiting techniques. Alfalfa pellets, soaked in water and buried in small pockets just beneath the surface, release proteins that earthworms are drawn to. As the pellets break down, they heat up slightly and stimulate microbial activity, both of which draw worms into the area. This creates a concentrated zone of biological activity where worms gather, feed, and begin reproducing. These bait stations can be moved around the garden over time to evenly distribute worm populations. Avoiding synthetic chemicals is critical during this restoration phase. Fertilizers high in salts or nitrogen can dry out earthworm skin and kill microbial life. Pesticides and herbicides often disrupt the balance of soil organisms, making it even harder for earthworms to survive. Instead, focus on natural soil stimulants like worm castings, compost tea, and fermented plant extracts that encourage microbial growth while maintaining a healthy underground environment. Raised beds and containers can also benefit from earthworm activity if managed carefully. While worms may not naturally migrate into these isolated spaces, you can introduce them manually once conditions are favorable. Make sure the bed is filled with a rich blend of compost, coconut coir, and other organic ingredients, then keep the top layer mulched and consistently moist. Add worm-attracting food sources just under the mulch to keep them active and reproducing. It's important to remember that soil doesn't spring back overnight. Bringing earthworms into dead soil takes time, but it's one of the most natural, sustainable methods for long-term soil health. Once worms establish themselves, you'll start noticing subtle but powerful changes. Softer soil texture, better water retention, increased plant vigor, and the presence of worm castings across the surface. These are signs that your soil is no longer dead, it's alive and rebuilding itself from within. When gardeners stop relying on synthetic quick fixes and allow natural systems to take over, the results are not only more sustainable but often more impressive. Earthworms may seem simple, but their impact is profound. They quietly and continuously restore balance beneath your plants, feeding the soil that feeds everything else. Creating a space where they can do their work is one of the smartest moves any gardener can make. For more natural soil revival strategies and earthworm-friendly gardening methods, don't forget to subscribe to HydroHaven. Share this guide with fellow gardeners who are struggling with lifeless beds and want to bring their gardens back to life, starting from the soil up.